Well, hey guys, this is Spencer, your prof for Theology 2, giving you a week 3 video update. You guys have done great work so far. Just want to remind you of a couple things. Number one, please remember that your discussion board posts, those base posts, need to be in by Tuesday, and you need to respond to 2 students by Sunday. So we've had some pretty exciting topics. I've tried to, in the first week, give you some feedback on your interactions and some thoughts about the content that you shared. And so each of you should have had a voice memo from me under your grading tab that explained a little bit more about why you got the grade that you did. If you have questions about that, feel free to call me or email me. Speaking of calling, I also tried to call each of you guys just to introduce myself and make sure you didn't have any questions. But this coming week's discussion board post is about the miraculous gifts. And it's basically the cessationist, non-cessationist debate. It's about whether you think all of the gifts, including the more miraculous gifts, are still going on. And so the question actually reads, are the miraculous gifts of the Spirit still operative today, such as healing and tongues? And so one of the things I want to encourage you guys to do as you're working through this topic is to take a position, but also to clearly define your terms. So one of the mistakes that we make when we get into this dialogue is that we start talking about prophecy or we start talking about tongues and we don't really define what we mean by that. So some of you may advocate a continuationist position that says prophecy continues to today, okay? Tell me exactly what you mean by prophecy and the justification biblically for that definition. Same thing with tongues. Some of you may be in a continuationist position. Explain what you mean by tongues. What are you talking about? Another language? Are you talking about an ecstatic utterance? What biblical rationale would you give for that? And so for tongues, for example, you need to give some clarification if Acts and 1 Corinthians are talking about the same thing. Is that the same thing that's going on there? Why or why not? So make sure as you're interacting by Tuesday night that you're really trying to clarify and hone and give some nuance to the actual terms that you're using. Please also remember that your midterm is not this week, but it's the following week. And so there are some study helps on the discussion board and resource pages there on not Blackboard, but on Canvas. So if you have questions about the midterm, please remember that. That's coming up on week 4. So we're in week 3 right now, but week 4, you won't have discussion boards. You won't have quizzes. You'll have just the exam, the midterm exam happening that week. Please also know that I'm going to try to get your phase 1 work back from your projects quickly to you so you can get some direction about that and see kind of where you need to go with that. Okay? But I'm enjoying you guys in class. Think you're doing a great job. If you have questions, if I can help you, please feel free to contact me and let me know. Hope you guys work hard this week and look forward to interacting with you on discussion boards and email and grading. Thanks.